question here is, with very, very large number of installations and operators in many third countries will need verification in a relatively compressed period. Now, from the commission's perspective, how do you see this challenge being scaled up or to be managed in practice, whether virtually, whether physically, and in all ways and means? We can expect the first verification cycle, particularly for third country such as India, to take it forward.
Well, as I said, we will be doing a webinar in a few weeks, targeting specifically verifiers, to explain to them, for those who do not know yet, how to apply for accreditation. The accreditation bodies of a number of EU member states have are already looking at a number of verifiers accreditation requests. I don't know specifically about India, but I can tell you that I've seen a couple of verifiers informing us that they applied. So it's a market practice. Verifiers need to request for the accreditation. Now, it is true that those who are already accredited for the EU ETS will be faster accredited, probably, because they know already. Since the CBAM is a mirror of the ETS, if we know that they know how to verify emission under the ETS, we know that they know the basics of CBAM. So it's the verifiers can be either third country verifiers, they can be subsidiaries of larger groups which have already offices in Europe which are working on ETS. The market will develop, I think, and to help the market develop, as I said, we will, during that webinar, we will be publishing this guidance on verification that is to be coming up very soon. The European NABs are part of an association, and under that umbrella are exchanging on how they can move ahead as quickly as possible on the accreditation of the verifiers. And I'm convinced that we will have sufficient verifiers.
Oh, no, thank you so much. So I think for all of us here, that clearly the current period, all of us are clearly looking at a lot of preparational window in order to try and see how the systems are being developed. Clearly we will see some sort of errors coming up. That's normal. But the question is that largely the objective should be to make verification confirmatory and not an exercise into incomplete historical data. And therefore, plant level, product level, any of those numbers, MRV procedures, source document retentions, emission calculations and allocations clearly should be done in a very, very effective manner. Clearly, whatever the verification readiness we will have will clearly affect the commercial credibility. And last but not the least, companies with weak documentation may of course face slower verifications, higher cost, customer uncertainty, and last but not the least, very, very reduced negotiating strength and the market access. Let's not forget, we are not only competing within India with our folks, we are competing now with global. So whether your competitor sitting in Korea, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, everybody is going to be part of it. So clearly, I think important here is that our verification readiness reviews, mock verification, style gap assessments, and other importer-facing information requirements are discussed. And the question is, how do we put ourselves in a collective mode to try and find answers to some of those questions? And one of the things what we have also discussed as a team, the third or the fourth session, we are only going to be dedicating ourselves on the verification processes and the verifier issues, so that there is a lot of learning. And given that Delphine has already given us some encouraging news that in the middle of July they are going to be holding a seminar, I think we will all understand from there, including whatever we have got our experiences on the ground, on the basis of our the manner in which we keep our records, the manner in which we do our calculations and methodologies. I think it will be interesting for all of us to take it forward and then move to see how to get around some of these issues.